If you like talking,
Women.
Ladies.
men,
Topic.
Conversations.
and occasional uninformed politics,
Multiple talking women is for you.
hit it! Hey everybody, I am Paula Gherkin. Welcome back to the Multiple Talking Women podcast. I am the producer and here with the co-hosts.
Felicity Bramblebush.
And Lana Brown.
Oh, you got a lot of energy today.
Well, somebody's got to make up for whatever you're not bringing.
Listen, I'm doing my best.
What's going on today, Paula?
Nothing. We've got EDI Patterson here.
Yay,
and
EDI Patterson.
And I'm a big fan and I'm flustered.
Oh,
Well,
she
you seem
is.
mad.
That's how I get when I'm flustered.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. I get mad when there's talent in the room.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and do you?
It's true. If she's if she's being polite, if she's in a joyful mood, it means she doesn't really care about who's
Got
here.
it.
Yeah.
So being around you two, she must be mad all the time.
Always.
Hey, baby.
Yeah,
Wow.
which led actually to something that happened a few weeks ago.
Oh God.
I love telling this story. We record in a beautiful studio, and somebody had
There's some
decorated
great art.
it.
Yeah, there's decorations.
And there's
and
art.
I gotta
And
say, it's
I'm gonna-
gorgeous in here.
I'm taking this piece out so that
Yeah.
Edie can see it
Yeah.
in person.
Clang it around so our
wait.
so folks
Hang
at
on.
home.
This is very big.
It's a large kind of chain made out of wood.
And let me tell you something. One link of the chain just kind of fell on my ring finger nail of my right hand.
It hurt.
And it hurt.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
It's
It
very
barely
heavy.
fell from like here, from
Yeah.
about 3 inches down onto my fingernail, and it hurt.
It's unpredictable.
It's art,
Go
basically.
ahead, Lana.
Okay, it's art. It's very large.
But
There's
also,
three-
someone left a warning sticker on it.
Oh, I didn't see that. That I should have seen that.
Yeah, I think
There's 3 links, wooden links, oval links that are each over a foot wide.
Hey,
I was
don't
gonna
worry.
say
We're
they're
going to take
like
a
a foot
picture of it
long.
and
We'll
we'll get
take
it
a
up
picture
we'll
of
get it on
it.
our Instagram.
This probably weighs what? At least 4 pounds.
I obviously didn't see the warning. One day I was feeling feisty, maybe frustrated
Maybe.
with the lack of, positivity,
Well.
lack of interest.
Yeah.
And I said, catch, right at the same time as I threw it to Paula. And she sits in a certain way, and her knee was
A certain way.
Don't blame her legs.
I mean, I gotta say, I am looking at Paula right now, and she is.
look how high
She's
the knee
like
is.
she's on a chair, but it's like she's in a squat,
Yes, a little
and
bit.
her
see?
knees are about
Prominent.
a foot and a half from each other.
Yeah. And
So, yeah.
I injured her. And it's been a big thing.
Because here's how catch works, Lana. You say catch, you give a beat, then you throw it.
Well, you throw a softball.
Sure,
Like
or a
very
softball.
soft.
And I didn't see the warning.
So she was throwing it as she was saying catch.
Yeah.
It was midair as the word catch was being
And
yelled.
to throw the wooden chain at someone who teaches running.
Yeah.
Was it a poor move?
Maybe you could toss it to me right now so I get a little bit of a taste of my own medicine. She's giving me warning, so it's not
Okay,
not
this is-
entirely fair.
I would say
I think this is a bad
incredibly
idea.
unwieldy.
It's a bad
It's very
idea.
unwieldy.
I hate this.
Here we
It's
go.
okay.
Oh, God.
And,
Catch.
See?
And I hurt my finger because 2 of them came together.
And guess what? Did you see what she did? Catch.
Yeah.
Beat. Throw.
Well, I had to question why I did it. It's been in my brain. I don't understand why I did it. Things are happening. Could be menopause.
Well, maybe it was just like some, might have been menopause or maybe some animal stuff coming out.
Yes.
Hey,
okay.
do you still get menopause even though you've had your uterus removed?
Yes, because what controls hormones is ovaries, not the sac that is a uterus. It's just a receptacle.
Got it. Thank
So
you.
the sack's not involved.
It's gone now.
Oh.
It's in
But
some trash can or wherever they put them after the surgery. But enough about this. Edie Patterson is here. She is.
Yeah, let's get to this.
This lady, I don't even really know if there's words that exist to describe her because she creates so much of. She doesn't just be like, oh, I got a part, I'm going to go do it. She can do that.
Sure.
But she also can write and create things that are better than anything that you've seen. She's feisty. She's crazy funny. Crazy
funny.
smart, but then luminous and very sexy too.
It's true. I mean, you could be cast as girl next door, but that's going to be the most oddest, most hilarious girl next door.
The best one.
The
Yeah.
best one. The only girl you want to ever live next door to,
Yeah.
frankly.
Wow.
If she's on your good side. Because you play women who, if you get on their bad side, she'll come for you.
You know what? I think I would agree with that.
And I like that.
I like playing people that are a little off in some way.
Do you imagine when you describe yourself personally, do you think you're a little off?
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, I would say I like playing weirdos, but I think probably every human is a weirdo, and I'm definitely a weirdo.
By off, though, I'm seeing some genius in there.
Great, thank you.
Because off can be used in different ways.
Yes,
It's not off.
I mean, fun off.
just
Yeah,
to be
good
off.
off.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not a choosing off. It's literally me going, okay. If, for instance, you saying "girl next door," I just go, okay, how do I do this?
Right.
It's not trying to be off.
That's so good, though.
but I am just sort of a little off.
She hit on something there. How do I do this? Not what do they want to
What
fit
is
me
a girl
into as
next
a
door?
puzzle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big. That's your whole education at some BFA program right there.
Wow, if we could rewind back to Jellicle Cats, and
Yeah.
have gone to that audition and do what we do.
What do you do? What would you have brought to
We wanna be
Jellicle
more
I
Cats?
would have
ourselves.
brought more of myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
To
So like you would have
Jellicle
brought like the Lord into it somehow.
Yes, in some way. This is what I do. Speaking of the Lord,
Yes.
you play a very famous character who is deep, 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 deep into the Lord.
Yes.
She's frankly my favorite character on TV.
Oh my God! Thank you, darling.
Judy Gemstone. Now, if this podcast works the way I plan it to for us, Lana,
Yes.
where we get some sort of thing going for ourselves, and I have the means, I want all of Judy's wardrobe. This
to buy
character
it?
dresses how
Oh, she
I want
dresses
to
just-
dress.
yeah.
My
get
God,
that.
what I would give for
Power
her closet.
Christ.
Power
Christ.
Christ.
Yeah, Power Christ and a fair amount of like ice skater.
Yeah.
The church outfits are very like, let's put her in something an ice skater would
Hey,
wear.
is she more Tanya Harding or Nancy Kerrigan?
Great question. I mean, let's get real.
let's
She's
get
more
her in.
Tanya
She's
Harding.
more Tanya for sure.
I felt it
for
coming.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. She'll take someone out.
Yeah, if she has to.
for her family.
Yes.
For her husband.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Can we go back? You know how I like to go back
Let's go back
to a
Paula.
little girl in Texas, correct?
Sure, that's right.
And she's what? She's doing comedy. She's doing plays. What is she doing back there?
She's doing for a while until she has access to plays at school. She's doing skits and plays for her family and friends.
Oh,
On her
she's-
own, or she has co-conspirators?
A lot of times on my own, but then there were, some people involved that I go, look, we're these characters. As I'm saying this, I'm remembering my mom and dad's family friends growing up were Bruce and Linda Criddle. And
Criddle?
Criddle.
Shout out to the Criddles.
And shout out Bruce, Linda, Melissa, and Melanie. And Melissa and Melanie were also children, like my sister and I. And Melanie was very close to my age. And I'm remembering this as you say this, that we just had characters we would do for our family. And I would make us put towels on our head, and we were wrap them around your chin. And we were Greta and Inga. And we were Swedish, I think. We were Swedish girls who we just did farm work, and we would sit and talk about farm work.
This is mind-blowing.
And I'm remembering there was a song, and I made her do all of this, and she was very game, but forced by me.
We're being the
a crazy
Swedish girls
person.
today. Get your towel on
Yeah,
your head.
let's do Greta and Inga.
Sure.
And for whatever reason, there was a song involved at the end of whenever Greta and Inga were finished, and they would go, pick the corn, bring the corn home, wash the corn before you eat the corn.
Wow.
And when the day is over, you will pick the corn again.
I'm sorry.
I'm not kidding you. That all came flying into my head as you said that.
Wow. Did you?
Yeah.
All right.
So I'd sometimes make people do things with me, and I was also making horror movies on VHS.
But wait a minute.
Recruiting a lot of people.
You also create songs for Righteous Gemstones. So basically,
Sometimes, yes.
yeah, sometimes, but big ones, really good ones.
Yeah.
And you
It's
did
all
as a
coming from your
child.
childhood.
This isn't just kids playing around.
And were your family willing
This is
audience
character work.
members, or were they, mowing the lawn?
They were willing audience members, thankfully.
Oh, God,
They were
that's-
into it.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's my question.
Yes.
And one of the things I find amazing on Gemstones. So you say things that are funny
Okay.
on Gemstones, right?
Okay.
Would you agree with that?
You have things you say, and you talk about, you might talk about your crack, or you might talk about,
Okay.
It might be kind of funny and a little bit dirty.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Sure. So this is a two-part question. One, how do you not laugh? Because and I know this term. It's called breaking. That's a that's a comedy business term. That when you laugh when you're saying a line, it's breaking. How do you not break? And then when you were a child singing the corn song, were you able to do that with a straight face?
Mostly, yes. And mostly on Gemstones, I'm able to not break because I mean what I say.
Yeah, because you've got Judy in your bones, and you're like,
Yeah,
living
and to
this
me,
life.
none of it's funny unless it's said like you mean it and serious. Then it can be really funny. But I think meaning it helps. There are times that I break for sure. I for sure have broken at the Groundlings. I for sure have broken while filming The Righteous Gemstones. And lately, when I'm improvising, I feel like something happened during COVID, and I just was so full of almost uncontainable joy, even to do improv on Zoom, that it's something I have to think about now when I'm improvising, or else I just want to look at someone and laugh,
Just laugh the
while
whole
in a
way
scene.
through. Yeah.
But not when I'm saying my things, but
Yeah.
when they're talking, I just want to enjoy.
Were you one of those kids who's, in math class, like the Pythagorean theorem, and you look and you get the giggles and you start laughing?
Not so much that, but I would try to make everyone laugh.
Got it. When the teacher turns around.
Yeah. And I just was telling this the other day. In 7th grade, I had a teacher that I adored, that we all adored, Mr. Anderson.
Shout out to Mr. Anderson.
Shout out to Mr. Anderson. Stop me if I've told any of you this before. But I had those glasses that have like holographic eyes painted on them.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And
Classic.
they look like too big for eyeballs. They're creepy glasses.
Joke glasses.
Joke glasses for sure.
This is exactly Felicity's kind of humor.
This
She
is
likes joke
great.
things. Yeah.
Right up my alley.
Great. So I had joke glasses, Felicity, and I had them on, and I got my friend Holly, shout out Holly Carter, to play along. And I had my head down, and I was friends with Mr. Anderson. We loved him, all of us.
Oh, that makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes me nervous too. It makes me sick to tell this. But he came in and he said, Edie, what's wrong?
Oh, no.
And I picked my head up and I went, my eyes hurt. He stumbled like 3 steps backwards out of fear, crashed into the chalkboard, and was embarrassed and mad and disappointed in me. It was awful. Like I was like eyes full of tears in the entire class, and then after was like, I'm really sorry, Mr. Anderson. But it was like I hurt his feelings by trying to be funny, because he even thought like, oh yeah, she's my friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, God. So it feels so guilty
So
and
when
so
you looked
victorious at the same
So
time.
guilty.
When you said it in that voice.
Yeah.
And he was looking at the crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's upsetting.
Yeah. Very upsetting.
Oh.
But that probably was like, I don't know. My dad used to play tricks on us like that. Like we had a mask. We had a mask with hair on it at my house. Like a scary,
Like a cousin Nate.
almost Freddy. Like
Fred.
creepy, like scarred face with white hair. And he loved to scare us with that mask. Or like he would put it in the bed and tuck the covers around it. And then he would enlist my mom to go like, well, y'all go in and tell Dad goodnight. We'd go in there, be like a monster in the bed, you know?
Would you scream?
Yes. One time he scared us so bad, I watched my sister run in a circle.
Like a cartoon character.
Didn't know what to do with herself.
Because we had, again, there was a lot of stuff of like, go tell Dad goodnight and something scary would happen. Or you'd be walking around a corner and he'd like come at you low. Like if you ever want to like scare someone, go a different level. There was something about him coming at us low that we would just like scream. But yeah, also we would go in there and to tell him goodnight. And he would, in the darkness, he'd go like, I'm not your dad. Which at this point, it just was like, our ages were just different enough. I was just old enough to go like, Dad, stop. Full of fear, but going like, quit. My sister was just young enough, because she's 3 years younger than me, that she would like running in a circle. Anyway, so I think I got that desire to scare people from somewhere.
These are the best ideas. I'm going to do some tonight to my family, and Felicity, you need to as well.
Did you have a television in your house? Because this is a lot of
Creative.
This is a lot of interactive play.
I did have a television in my house. We did not have cable though.
Got it.
That's
So-
really good.
Probably hence like
I like
me
the
making
idea
movies.
I like the idea of, so your dad was, he'd come to your mom and go tell the kids to.
Yeah.
And do you think your mom was kind of eye rolly, like, oh God, here we go? Or was she like, this is fun?
I
I'm
think
having
she was
fun."
like just like totally on board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty great. I have a story.
Yes, let's hear it, Paula.
When I was in first grade,
Get in first grade.
I was in first grade.
It's hard to imagine.
Mr. Lester,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Can't believe it.
no, great teacher. My father had brought home a fake rock. Do you remember these things?
Yes.
They were
Sure.
big in the
Also
80s.
joke store.
Yeah.
Joke store thing.
Not to put a key in.
No, it was soft.
Oh,
It
right.
was
Next to the fake poop.
It was foam. It
Yes.
looked exactly like a rock.
God, that's funny
Lana,
already.
That'd be fun for you to go catch.
Yeah, that'd be fun. So I brought
rock.
it into show and tell. I slowly walked up to the desk,
Oh my God.
and then I threw it as hard as I could at Mr. Lester, because I thought, and he ducked.
This is so like mine.
Yeah, and he ducked down behind the desk, and he was so mad. And I can't help but think it's kind of part of who I am, the way I am. But he didn't think it was funny. He said that wasn't funny. You can't do that. And I said, because that's what my dad had done at home. And we thought, well, that was the funniest thing that ever happened. We all thought a rock was coming at us, but it was soft. And we laughed and laughed. So I thought I'd replicate that.
Well,
in the
karma
classroom.
for Mr. Lester is me throwing this at you.
Except it didn't hurt. It was soft. So no, that's not karma for that. Don't.
Recently,
Don't.
my son did a prank in a class.
Oh no.
The school is relatively new. Sorry, I'm sometimes
Is it in a rural area?
no, but it's sometimes I get my languages mixed up.
Oh, I see.
She's from a
So
lot of places.
Yeah.
they were delivering big pieces of furniture, and there was a large human-sized box, and it wasn't strange to see the large human-sized box just here and there. So at one point, someone brings one in, and there's 20 minutes of the class goes, and then someone jumps out of it, and the same embarrassment of the teacher because they thought it was
They were
just
scared.
computers,
Right. And it was a human child.
So, but
Great stories. Okay, let's get back to
Well, you have a lot in common, I think, with
Edie?
Edie,
I think so.
actually. And you two, Edie's the reason, your relationship is the reason Edie's here, is what I'm trying to say.
That's true.
That's true.
Did
you should
hire-
have seen
did you
Paula
hire
puff up and be so proud when Felicity said you have a lot in common. She was trying to act like cool about it, but she's
I wondered if she was going to jump from her squat.
From her squat.
Yeah,
her
she
squat
could.
became more erect.
yeah, it did.
So how did you come to know Paula?
I was in a coffee shop trying to get a coffee, and I ordered it, and they handed it to me. And sometimes when I'm in coffee shops, if I give them my name, they'll say it back, Eddie. And I just know, oh, that's my coffee name. Go get your coffee. Paula jumped in because she had been right behind me in line. And she jumped between me and the barista. And she went, hang on. That's not her name.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, it's okay. I just answer to this. It's easier. She was like, that's not right. And she like grabbed the barista's face and kind of squeezed in on the cheeks. You know that thing?
yeah.
Where
Yeah. Squeezed his lips out.
yeah, not hard, but enough that they were sort of like taken aback, almost like when a puppy or kitten gets grabbed by the scruff, where they sort of go like,
Oh, yeah.
Frozen.
He was
yeah,
frozen.
and then she grabbed the coffee, ripped the lid off. I'm not gonna lie, this was a little jarring, but she stuck a finger in it,
Wow.
and then she went, "This is way too hot."
Oh, my God.
God.
Should save you from getting burned.
To save me from getting burnt. She did then pour it on the ground because, a lot of those restaurant type places will have
Cement.
like a vent on the
There's a
ground.
vent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a catch.
She poured it on the ground. Yeah,
Right.
a catch. It didn't all go in the catch. But anyway, I didn't know what else to do, so I told her thanks.
Oh, and she said,
And we got her another coffee, and I wrote her name on it the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. She spelled it out phonetically. My name's spelled EDI, which is just going to get said, Eddie. But I think you wrote EAT dash Y.
E.T.
E-T.
And I said,
You can pay me back by coming on my podcast.
that's what I said.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Huh?
Jeez.
So that
lucky,
is
Was
lucky.
it lucky? Or was it
Meant to be.
my noggin?
Oh, yeah,
working?
was your noggin.
Oh, I see. So you recognize her.
Yeah.
So,
Game recognized game.
Edie, do you get recognized? Well, yeah, game recognized game, but do you get recognized for all your shows, of which more and more are continuing to come out? So the recognition game is going to happen more and more now. And how do you handle
Recognition game?
that? Sure, recognitions.
Jesus. All right. Yeah. How's the recognition
yeah.
game going, Edie?
For the recognition game, I do get recognized, but it's not like a constant thing. And I think part of that is that I look so different as Judy.
I bet it's a lot of sideways, like, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes it takes people a second. And they
And the hair. The
Have you
hairs.
ever gotten anything free?
hair's so
Has
different.
anyone ever said, "Hey, I know you. I'm giving you a steak, or something at a restaurant, or any cool stuff"?
I'm sure she's got
Let's see.
sacks of treats.
Yeah, you know what?
Perks,
I feel like I got a free cupcake in Highland Park not too long ago.
Ooh.
That was pretty cool.
To me, that's
really cool.
exactly part of why Felicity and I wanted to get into this, because
They want to get
you
some
get
free stuff.
potentially better medical care, concierge medical care.
Which I don't do. Do you guys?
Well,
Not
we're
yet.
we're
We're
hoping
trying.
to.
I want to.
One
Well, tell
day.
me exactly what it is.
They come to a doctor who's like, will
First
basically
of all, if anyone can get that if you pay for it.
right.
It's a monthly
But they're
fee.
nicer to if you're celebrities. They
Okay.
because this is how it is. They don't want that celebrity to die on their watch.
Okay.
Because they're a big fancy person. They come to your house, they help you, they're nicer to you, and they prescribe whatever you want. But I just read an article, and this is true, that actually it's not the best because, like Michael Jackson, sometimes they overprescribe
people-
whatever you're asking
They want you to be
for.
happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they
Yeah.
say the middle class gets the best health cares, poor and celebrities, depending on how you take it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right. You need someone who doesn't just give you whatever you want.
But we want things. I want gifts.
Okay.
I want free things.
Free things.
Well, I gotta
Skin
say-
cares.
Do you guys really think that's a good reason
What?
to get into anything?
I want bags of free skincares.
But you think that's a good enough reason to get into?
One of the best.
Okay.
I mean, God, I have a palatial mansion that I'm trying to fill.
What do you think of this, Paula?
I mean, I don't think it's a great reason to do anything, but I was.
Paula has one pair of jeans and washes
This is
them
it. I
in
don't
the
need.
sunlight.
I don't need anything.
Washes them in the sunlight.
She turns them
Explain.
inside
Turn them
out.
inside out. You put them in the sun. It kills everything, and you never need to wash your jeans.
Any juices crust over and flake off.
That's right. You spot treat if you were eating ribs or something. If you
spot treat.
yeah, you get a little rib meat on your pants. You get a little spot
God.
treat. You get them in the
Oh,
sun. and
ma'am,
you're good
that's
to
not
go.
rib meat.
How dare you?
What is it?
I don't know. What were you referring to, Felicity, when you said it wasn't rib
I know
meat?
it sounded very loaded.
It sounds like it's shocking for Felicity because it sounds almost sexual in nature.
yeah, I know. And I was like, ew, red.
Yeah.
Well, there's any number
Red
of things.
BV?
It
Okay.
could be when you don't wash your pants. It could be period blood. It could be giant swollen labia.
Well, if it's meat,
Jesus.
if it's
Go on.
meat that's coming out, it's probably pieces of whoever you've had sex with.
Wait, pieces of what?
I don't know.
Their genitals?
Maybe she has real rough inside,
And she flakes off pieces of their genitals?
could be
Oh my God.
We don't
What
know.
is she jacking them off with her jeans?
probably. They fall in
Oh.
love with her otherwise. That's the problem.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for seeing me.
But yeah,
Somebody sees me finally.
So,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. So here's what we know about you.
Okay.
We know Texas Child's corn songs. We
Yep.
know getting pranked by dad.
Mm-hmm.
We know only because we read up on you before you came.
Okay.
We know at some point you come to Los Angeles.
Yep.
And you sign up for classes at the Groundlings.
That's right.
Why did you do that?
Well, I knew that was a place where sketch comedy was happening, a really good place where sketch comedy was happening. And so pretty soon after getting to LA, I came to what's called a main show at the Groundlings.
Okay, sure.
Watching it, I just felt like, oh my God. That's because they were doing characters, and I just thought that's
And
exactly.
you were like, I'm going to bring my corn girl here.
Yeah. I thought that's exactly what I like to do. And I had probably a dangerous response to seeing that show because everything in me thought, I have to be a part of this.
Yeah.
And that's not a great way to go into
was
taking
very
classes
intense.
anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt very intensely like I have to be a part of this. These are my people. I have to be a part of this.
And it's not just taking classes when you say dangerous. You're being judged at every turn.
Yeah.
From what I hear.
Yeah.
It can be a pressure cooker.
It can, yeah. I think once you get sort of the the end of the school, which is the Sunday company, I think that's what a lot of people consider the equivalent of grad school, like
Yes,
sort
for
of
sure.
comedy grad school.
And so when you're doing that, then does other stuff fall in place? Like, is that how now you get to be on a TV show? Is it like you're doing shows at the Groundlings and maybe, some kind of producer comes in and goes, hey, I want you in my thing. How does that happen?
Well, I think it all kind of feeds into everything. I don't know that initially there was a direct thing of like, I saw you in this, come do this. When I was finishing the Sunday company, through another improv thing, because I was improvising other places as well, including what's now called improv theater. And I was in an all-girl group when I first moved here. And there was a thing initially, like at the end of Sunday Company, through something else that wasn't Sunday Company, where they were like, oh, this sketch show is going to happen. You want to submit a bunch of stuff. And so when I was just at the very, maybe right when I became a Groundling, I had gone through the whole Sunday Company with my friend Mikey Day, who's now on SNL.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
He and I did this, right out of Sunday Company, did this crazy sketch show on Showtime that we were also writing for. So it kind of all ties in.
And who was it
but,
starring?
Damon Wayans was the main.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But yeah,
That's pretty
I haven't
cool.
had a ton of like, that they came to this and that equaled that. It
Yeah.
almost just makes a soup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like
Right.
an
So you just-
albondigas.
Yeah, it makes an albondigas
Yeah.
for sure.
So many.
Albondigas.
That's like, they got a little bit of everything. Meatballs and things.
Okay.
Noodles.
I felt like the main thing is just keep improvising and
Keep doing the thing that you like doing.
A
Yeah,
big
and then-
meatball you met and were hired by.
Yes.
Say that again.
A big meatball in the, what's that word?
Albondigas.
Albondigas was named Danny McBride.
That's right.
Danny McBride. You said Danny Brickbride.
Do you think he would enjoy being called a big meatball?
I'm not sure. I don't know. You could go either way with that one, I
We'll
guess.
find out. Maybe we'll find out one day.
Well, we're all meatballs.
That's true.
In the soup.
Yeah, I guess
We're all-
if we're all meatballs,
if we're all meatballs in the soup.
if we're all meatballs in the soup, It's going to be a big one.
He wouldn't want to be not a meatball if everyone else is. Okay.
No.
So yeah, because he gets you involved in what's that shit? What was the one before this?
Vice principal.
Principals.
Yes. Yeah, and that started a relationship that's still going to this day.
That's right.
Not a romantic relationship.
No.
No, I didn't say that.
Well,
She
when I
honestly,
do.
Felicity, she did not say that.
Felicity thinks if a woman and a man are friends, they've got to be in some kind of romantic relationship because she doesn't. Her husband doesn't allow her to be friends with any man.
Got it.
No, I don't. If there's a man around, I'm going to ask if I can prepare him food.
Got it.
Yeah.
Do you call your husband father?
I do.
Got it.
Yeah, I do.
The umbrella of authority, it's called.
That's right. And I'm just under it.
Which brings me to another question, which has come up a lot in here because we've got a lot of women, comedy women in here,
Oh, cool.
and I know Felicity often wonders how this works. But how do you interact with men who are in comedy?
How do I?
Yeah, it's tough as a woman.
Well, I think like at the Groundlings and in the other places I've improvised and with the guys that I work with on my show, I've kind of had very cool and lucky experiences in that the guys that I'm around, let's say at the Groundlings, let's say at all of them, the guys I knew in improv theater, the guys that work with the Righteous Gemstones, it's more like the energy is more like we're all creatures. Like if let's just pick one. Let's pick the Groundlings. I don't feel the thing of like, ugh, all these guys. I just feel like we're a bunch of creatures.
I
Just
love
creating,
that.
any
just
sense.
creating a bunch
That's
of
a
stuff.
good way to look at everything.
But I do think that's a very, very, very lucky position.
That's not
Because I don't think
everywhere.
all comedy ecosystems are that way. I do
That's
think
so
there are some
great.
comedy ecosystems that are very challenging for women. I think I've just lucked into insanely sort of beautiful open.
Well, and you probably know a lot about sports. You're probably listing stats, players.
I think it's more that
I should try that because I don't know a lot
I
about
think it's more
sports.
that her talent is so on a level that it's not like, oh, there's the girls and there's the guys, because some guys think women can be funny.
this is
And if you're a woman and you're
lot to wrap
too
my head
into your
around.
tits and stuff, like being sexual, guys get confused. But Edie can even do that. Sketches about
Yeah, she gets
tits
into
and
her
stuff, and it's
tits
still
then
funny.
also is funny.
So
Thanks.
it's just talent at the end
Thanks,
of it.
I
y'all.
heard that once at the Groundlings when I was reading up on you. This is all over the internet. That you did a sketch with your bare breasts out.
Yes.
And what did you had like Band-Aids over the nips? What
Yeah.
did you do?
It was me and a real animal named Allison Dunbar. Yeah, we just put we cut little footballs out of some kind of tape. We tried to go through a few different kinds of tapes that weren't going to rip our nipples off. Anyway, we drew little footballs and we would tape them on our nipples.
Yeah.
And then
run around the stage.
we would just run around, and we were waitresses at a sports bar.
I
and
bet
we
you
would
had a
just
lot
let it
of
rip.
suitors after that.
Well, I was married, so I still had that same suitor. Thank God.
Wow.
Wow.
That's brilliant and brave.
I can't believe it, but this always goes by too fast. We're already nearing the end. of
Well,
our
I
time.
want to.
Well,
I
what a
want you to
fun
ask a
time.
question about
Okay.
what you would tell somebody who's
Yes.
Although there's very few people coming to LA who actually have Edie's talents and stats.
No, good luck.
But someone who
that's what I
thi-
wanna- that's
a lot
what I
of
wanna
people
say.
have
Good
talent.
luck.
Yeah, that's kind of what I want to say.
Well, and also because you got to do. You just have. Well, I'm not going to say this because maybe Edie's going to say this. But go ahead and ask.
Well, you normally ask the question. Can you ask it?
Well, you started, so I guess finish it.
Oh my God.
Well-
just don't throw that chain.
No. Oh
No.
Don't clank it
my
around.
God, she's getting ready to throw it.
What? See? What would you tell somebody coming to Los Angeles and wanting to do this crazy business? What would you a word of encouragement?
Can it be a few words of
Yes,
encouragement?
yes, yes. As many as you want.
Sentences or some
This is
paragraph.
why I usually ask. But
I would say if you can jump your brain ahead to the thing we were talking about earlier of knowing that all you have is that you're you and your unique thoughts are literally the only plus that you have in any of it. you can't, there's no way you can be what someone else wants. You can end up being what they want, but there's no way you can try to be what you think they want.
You can't control that.
You can't control it at all. So all you've got, the only magic you've got is that you're you, and no one else can think your thoughts and be the way you are. So just be you, let it rip. And
That is gold. That is
takes a long time to
PhD
figure that out.
level lesson.
If you can jump your brain to that, just jump your
Because
brain
in the
to that.
beginning, you're a little bit. It's like when you said when you saw the groundlings and you said, "I got to do this." You might not have been in that place in your brain then because you were kind of coming from a fear-based. I have to make this happen.
Yeah, but she knew there was that piece in her.
no, but she's saying like you jump ahead. You got to get. It takes a minute.
Yeah, it takes a
sometimes.
minute because you go to auditions or you are part of a school or whatever, and you think like, what do they want?
Yeah.
How do I be what they want? And it's if you can make that part go away and just go, here's what I have.
Yeah. And be it. Because you can only
Take it or leave it.
Yeah, only you can be the best you.
Only you. And it's the only way you ever pop and transcend and feel like you can walk out of somewhere, whether it's a live show or an audition or whatever, and go, well, that was me. I didn't take it or leave it.
Yeah.
If they're dumb if they don't take it, but if they don't, that's okay because that's what I've got.
Well, be inspired by Edie Patterson, who ran all over her stage, tits out, and let her rip like she had to rip those football Band-Aids right off her areolas.
We have some guests who it would be a dream to be able to have like multiple times, and I'm going to will that you be one.
Oh, I would love to come in
we'd love
a bunch of times.
There's a lot of things we did not get to cover.
God, let's talk a lot.
So much.
Let's have you back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, E.T.
Thank you.
That was a callback,
Paula.
E.T. to my coffee. Anyways, thank you, Edie Patterson.
Thank you, Edie Patterson. Can we hear that corn song one more time?
Pick the corn, bring the corn home. Wash the corn before you eat the corn. And when the day is over, you will pick the corn again.
Wow, profound.
Profound. That was improv. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Edie. Multiple Talking Women is hosted by Lauren Burns, Ariane Price, and Lisa Shurga, and produced by Cara Fano and Amelia Misko at Stampede Ventures for the Stampede Podcast Network. Okay, I'm done now.